The story of Absalom's rebellion against King David. In the days when King David ruled over Israel, his household was blessed with many sons and daughters, yet it was also marked by turmoil and strife. Among his children was Absalom, a son of great beauty and charisma. His hair was thick and luxurious, his charm undeniable, and his ambition strong. However, Absalom harbored a dark desire to seize his father's throne. The seeds of rebellion were sown long before the coup. Absalom grew bitter after his half-brother, Amnon, committed a grievous sin against their sister, Tamar. Though King David was furious, he failed to bring justice to the situation. Absalom took matters into his own hands, plotting revenge. 2 years later, he arranged for Amnon to be killed during a feast. Fearing his father's wrath, Absalom fled to Geshur, where he remained in exile for 3 years. Eventually, through the efforts of Joab, David's commander, Absalom was allowed to return to Jerusalem. Though back in the city, David refused to see him for 2 years. When they finally met, David embraced Absalom, but their relationship remained strained. Absalom, feeling slighted and resentful, began to scheme against his father. Absalom positioned himself at the city gates, where he would intercept those coming to seek judgment from the king. With honeyed words he would lament, "If only I were appointed judge in the land. Then everyone who has a complaint or case could come to me, and I would see that they receive justice." In this way, Absalom stole the hearts of the people of Israel. Over time, his popularity grew, and his ambition deepened. Secretly, he sent spies throughout the tribes of Israel, instructing them to declare, "Absalom reigns in Hebron," when the time came. When the rebellion was ready, Absalom left Jerusalem under the pretense of fulfilling a vow. In Hebron, he proclaimed himself king, and many Israelites, including some of David's trusted advisors, joined him. Word soon reached David of the uprising. Heartbroken but pragmatic, David fled Jerusalem with his loyal servants and soldiers, crossing the Kidron Valley and ascending the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went. Absalom entered Jerusalem and took control of the palace, solidifying his claim to the throne. However, David was not defeated. In the wilderness, he gathered his forces and devised a plan to reclaim his kingdom. Among those loyal to David was Hushai the Archite, who infiltrated Absalom's court as a spy. Through cunning advice, Hushai delayed Absalom's pursuit of David, giving the king time to prepare. When battle finally broke out in the forest of Ephraim, David's forces triumphed. Despite his betrayal, David ordered his commanders to deal gently with Absalom. However, as Absalom fled on a mule, his thick hair became tangled in the branches of a great oak tree, leaving him suspended in the air. Joab, disregarding David's orders, took 3 spears and thrust them into Absalom's heart, killing him. When news of Absalom's death reached David, the king was overcome with grief. He cried out, "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom! If only I had died in your place. Oh, Absalom, my son!" Though David's kingdom was restored, his heart remained heavy with sorrow. The rebellion of Absalom became a cautionary tale of ambition, betrayal, and the enduring pain of family strife. Through it all, David's reliance on God sustained him, and he continued to rule Israel with humility and faith.